Well, hello there, people. It's GRT versus Decorus. It's our second official race as a team, with the last one being postponed indefinitely, and the camera is lagging. I'm aware. I wasn't able to fix it again, just as it has been on my streams. So, well, bear with it, or I can just go into this view. I don't really know what to do right now, to be honest, because I've been trying to fix this for a few days, and it just seems to be having issues. So yeah, I'll see if refreshing it there has helped at all. It has not. So we'll run with it. Thanks, Creamy. I believe we're going to be good to go. Let me just check with Atomic. If he's good to go, and if they are, we should be heading into the first race. I do need to get myself a proper webcam though, because this really doesn't help. My hair is not staying where I'm telling it to stay, which can be quite annoying. Yes, we are actually in the this is the first race of the GXE tournament, first round for us. So yeah, I'm just making sure they're good to go, and as soon as I get the all clear from them, we'll be getting underway for the first one. If you want to join more, check our Twitter. There is an application form on there. You can put in an application to join, and they'll get reviewed every so often, just to see who's about. Camera is laggy. Yes, camera is very laggy. There's not much I can do about that right now. Who's driving for us? We have Decorus Thomas, Lewis Skinner, Harris, Torley, Smith, and Sam driving for us today. There's only two Claire Baldongs. Brilliant. Cheers, Harvey. There's the link for you, Momo. Harvey's just put it in chat if you want that. If you have, then we'll get a response to you probably. I'll be honest, I've not looked at it in a while. Thanks, Monkey. It's really not, because there's a bit here sticking down and it's incredibly annoying. I hate it. And yeah, I'm just Atomic hasn't said they're good to go. Probably is, to be fair. Probably it would not shock me if there was a couple of applications sat there. I will not shave my eyebrows for £2. That is something I will not be doing. This for BFE or just for friendly? This is for GXE, not BFE. BFE Season 3, which is what we're meant to be competing in, is not happening until the new game, I believe. GXE, Global Extreme Esports, I believe it stands for. It starts from today. This is the first round, and it goes on till, yeah. Different tongies, yes. Two different tongies. I'm just waiting for them to say they're good to go, and, you know, Atomic's being quite unresponsive. Oh, he's reacted with a thumbs up, so if you guys want to ready up then, our team, if the Decorus want to ready up, and we'll get going. Oh, I've misspelled that. I put up and now as one word. We're good to be going in. Because it's extreme, Colonel. It's extreme. There we are. That's why. That's why it's called GXE. You should raise because you're quick. I disagree. I'll be honest, I disagree. So the format for today, I'll switch over the in-game view so you can get away from the laggy camera. The format for today is a short qualifying session, 18 minutes. Then a 25% race. It is Brazil and USA as the two tracks. We have Brazil first, which is obviously starting now. Then we have USA. It will be around 45 minutes to an hour before we get to that, obviously, after the race. Yeah. Not ideal tracks, to be fair. But, you know, some people do like a bit of Brazil and some people like a bit of USA. So who knows? Also, thank you to Lennon, Jansen, Pumpy, and Trixie for all the follows. Appreciate them. And we'll just be waiting to get underway. And Monkey as well, thank you for the follow. So, our drivers, Decorus drivers, are all in the beautiful blue cars. And they will be coming out of the pits very shortly. The other team, seemingly in various coloured cars, ranging from purple to black. So, yeah. There we are, we have a couple of drivers on the way out now. Beautiful new blue cars, exactly. There they are, there's a couple on the way out of track. I'm not sure who it is. Harris is one of them, so we'll stick with Harris. I think he's coming out just behind one of the GRT lads. Skinner opting for the mediums by the looks of things, as he's on his way out now. Look at that. Lovely car. It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen them out on track. It's nice to see them all back out track. Back out on track, I should say, looking lovely as ever. So we have Harris out first thing. Is that, I think that is Chester. Yeah, it is, and a purple and pink livery. I think this is going to probably be an interesting one. We have nearly every driver on the way out right now. Skinner's still sat in the pits. He's the only one still sat in the pits, which is not unusual for Lewis Skinner. We will find out, Monkey. We'll find out what people's paces are like, as we have a lot of them now just coming up towards the final turn before they set off for the hot laps. Skinner should hopefully be on his way out soon, but I know Skinner does like to get himself out on track in clean air, so that may be why. But we'll stick with Harris for the first lap. We'll watch the first Decorus lap on his way around. He's just coming up now to turn 4, which is probably where we'll see a few overtakes in the race. It can be quite a competitive run down that straight with the DRS. And then we come through Sector 2, which is a very, very twisty set of corners. And obviously, you've got Harris now just coming up to the Albon corner, as it's been dubbed, which is quite a tight right-hand turn. You run down the hill, cross the line for the Sector 2 timing line, which is a 50.2 there for Harris, and then on his way back up the hill in Sector 3 towards the start-finish straight again. We'll see what time Chas is going to set, and then where Harris is going to be in comparison to him. There it is, that's a 6.4 for Harris. Chester with a 6.7. We have a few more on the way around. Thomas is not too far behind. Thunderbolt set a 106.6. Universe with a 106.7. Thomas, what is he going to set? He's looking fairly good. That's a 106.5 from Thomas. We'll go and see what JRT Tadpole can do in his black and red livery. Some very different colours coming from GRT in this race. And what time will he set? He set a 107.3. KMK is about to set a time as well. He's not looking too bad with 50.73. That's Sector 2 to 107.0, putting him to P6 right now. And we've still got 2 drivers yet to set times, and they are both for Decorus. Currently Decorus sitting 1st and 2nd, 5th and 6th, with 2 drivers yet to set times. And it's looking interesting. Thunder could maybe find a little bit extra pace. He's invalidated on this lap round. I imagine this would be an in-lap anyway. But if you can find an extra couple of tenths, he could possibly even be fighting for pole. KMK is on Team Decorus with his beautiful blue car. Skinner's on an out lap now. We'll head over him. Sorry for flicking through. I need to remember to use other stuff. He's the only one coming out on mediums, weirdly. He's opting for a different tyre choice off the start. It'll probably just be to get himself a few practice laps in, and then he'll be getting on softs towards the end. We'll see how he's going to be able to do. As he heads round now, he's going to get on that start-finish straight and get himself away for a hot lap. We also have Torley on his way back around the track. He's just coming up through sector 3 now. At least I believe that's him coming through sector 3. Oh, he's a little bit further behind. He's now just coming through sector 3. That would be Universe, who is going for another lap on those softs, after setting himself up into P3 with a 106.5. Top 3 now for Decorus. Let's see how Skinner's going to do through sector 2 on this medium compound. Where he'll be able to put himself in is quite interesting. And obviously it shows pace on the mediums, and we should expect him to be able to find between, I'd say, a half a second to a second if he was to switch compounds to the softs. I don't think that would be unreasonable. No, I don't believe there is, Monkey. That's a 51.3 there from Skinner, so he is about a second off the pace, but he is on a harder compound, so that is understandable. Let's see how this final sector is going to be. He sets a 7.7, which does put him slowest, but it is on a harder compound. So if we see him go onto the soft, we could see him around P5. Harris just letting a few cars pass. We'll see where Tolley's going to put himself on his first hot lap of the session. If he completes it this time, that is. It's looking fairly good. He's going across the line. It's going to be a 106. It's 106.7, puts him in P6, just ahead of KMK. Let's head back up to see what Thomas dude is doing. Oh, Decorus Thomas is he's going now. And he takes turn 4 very nicely, avoiding track limits on both the entrance and the exit of the turn, which is probably where we'll see a few of those penalties picked up during the race. Now following his way through sector 2 here. Got a little bit of a glitch on the gearbox. Now up to Albon corner. Very, very nice and tight round there. Now it's a bit of a longer left-hand turn. Now on towards that big run. Up towards the start-finish straight yet again. DRS now activated there, that rear wing wide open. Keeps it very tight to the left, it's looking good. It's a 106.3. Thomas goes fastest in the session. Chester on his way around, he's going to finish his lap. He's looking a little bit better this time round. He does improve ever so slightly, but it's not enough for him to actually move up in the standings. What will Star Fallen be able to do? He's heading up now onto the start-finish straight. He'll be getting DRS any second. He's running on about 40% DRS. It's not looking terrible. It's a 106.8 from him. He improves ahead of KMK, putting himself up to P7. KMK is on a hot lap though, and he's about to finish that hot lap, and he's 3/10 up. Up to P5 for KMK. That's a good improvement. He found almost 4/10 on that lap. So we've got 4 of the Decorus cars in the top 5 now. Looking impressive. We'll go round to Tadpole, who's just finished in Sector 1. He's found an extra 10th or so in Sector 1. A little bit of lag there. Now on his way through Sector 2. And we'll be able to see what his Sector 2 time is going to be like, where he may be able to improve himself. Skinner needs to get himself back out on track on those softs. You've got about half the session gone now. There we are, Tadpole coming through. And he's going across the line with a 107.1. He found 210s, but he's still sat down in P10 right now. Let's go and see what Sam's going to be able to do. He's coming towards the end of his lap. He's a little bit slower through sector 2. Yeah, he's around 2 tenths slower on that lap, but I imagine he'll go for another one like he did on the previous time round. Uh, 2 seconds, I just got to reply to a message. Universe now. That camera tripped me up a little bit there. It almost looked like he was going backwards. And we'll see where Universe is going to be able to put himself. And he's going to head round now into the DRS zone again. He's very, very low on battery, and he's heading into the pits. That wasn't looking too bad. Torley has decided... Oh no, Torley's crashed out in sector 2. Yellow flags there. That is a blow to Decorus. Seeing Torley crash out in P7. He's around midfield, so he can still find some positions early on in the race. But that is not the situation we wanted. Skinner's now on his way around on the softs. Let's see what time's going to be as he hits this timing line. It's not looking too bad. He's set to 50.6. He's around 7 tenths up right now, which would still only put him around P10. He needs to find some extra time in this final sector. On these softs. Let's see what he can do. It's looking fairly good. It's a 6.9. He's P10. He needs to find some extra time if he can. Possibly try and get himself on another lap on softs. Is Harris going to be able to beat Thomas as he crosses the line this time round? He's looking quick. He does go fastest with a 106.2. Finding an extra tenth to Thomas. That's not too bad at all. We've got Chafster on his way around. Currently sat in P6. Let's see what he's going to be able to do as he crosses the line. Any second, we'll be able to get a good indication of how this lap's going for him. He's a tenth up. It's a 50.3 set there crossing that line. And F1 drivers managed to put himself up into P3 ahead of Universe with a 106.4. Here comes Chastert across the line. It's going to be in the 6s, a 106.5. Puts him up to P4 as well. Also ahead of Universe by around a 100th of a second. KMK is back out on track now. Let's see what KMK is going to be able to do. He's a little bit slower on this lap round. Although he's found an extra 10th there through sector 2. We could get a little bit of a slipstream here off Harris. Harris is going to have to move out of the way at the perfect time, but I think he's going to be heading into the pits as he does. KMK will have been assisted there up to P5. A 106.4 from him. Kind of split right now. Harris leading the way to Thunderbolt in P2, Thomas P3, F1 driver P4, KMK P5, Chasta P6 and Universe P7 at the moment. Alternating between the two teams. So this could be a very even race. Starfallen on his way around now, just coming out of those yellow flags behind him. He's pushing those limits as far as he can on the right hand side. He's got an extra 10th and a half so far. I'd imagine we'll be looking at around a 106.6 or 106.7 probably from here. 106.6 there it is. It puts him up to P8 ahead of Torley, who unfortunately retired about midway through the session, in fact. Let's Let's just go and have a look at that beautiful car as KMK brings it back into the pits. Tadpole hasn't validated this current lap, and we'll head back over to Universe, who's on his way around now. Oh, 164 puts him up to P6, just behind KMK, by exactly 100th of a second. He needs to find that little bit extra time, I think, but not bad position right now to have 4 Decorus drivers in the top 6, the top half. That is a good position for us to be starting in. A very, very good position for us to be starting in, especially with Harris on pole. We have Tadpole on his way around yet again. It's looking a little bit slower right now than most. We're probably looking at a 106, 7-ish again. He might improve. Well, he will improve on his previous time, but I don't think he'll be able to get much higher than where Tawley is. One position, he takes Tawley's position there in 9th. Tawley dropping a little bit since that early retirement. You have Skinner on an outlap right now. He's just taking good care of those tyres. Harris also on his way around. KMK on an outlap as well. And here we have a few more on the way out. Thunderbolt and F1 driver both out on track. Chester on his way around as well. We have a few more cars on the way out of the pits, who are going to be pushing it for time, I think. Unless there's a little bit extra time in the session to what we're being shown, which is entirely possible. We'll watch what Skinner's going to be able to do, see if he can improve. Since he struggled a little bit through Sector 1 last time round. Those track limits through the Singer S's can be quite difficult. I think Tawley might have disconnected there. He's a little bit slower through Sector 1 this time round. He needs to find some more time through Sector 2 and 3 if he has any hope of improving this lap. But we do have every driver currently within 7/10 of the leader, which just shows how tight this qualifying session is. Anything you can get is vital. Half a tenth up through Sector 2. He's going to have to find an extra 10th and a half for this sector if he wants to improve. Which is going to be a very, very difficult task. He found an extra 10th, but it's just not enough. Harris has managed to improve a little bit there as well. You have Thomas on his way around. There's Universe and Tadpole finish their sessions with 6th and 9th, respectively, their best they can do. You've got White on his way around, and Skinner could do another lap. Skinner couldn't back out. He's already set a time on softs. That was quicker than his time on the mediums. There's Thomas pushing those track limits, as we've seen quite a few drivers do around there. Let's see if Thomas is going to be able to find the tiniest bit of time he needs to take back P2 and have a front row lockout for Decorus. He finds it and gets P2 behind Harris. Is Star Fallen going to be able to do anything to disrupt that? He doesn't move. Skinner is who we're still waiting for. He's very slow in this lap, and I think Harris is going to be heading back into the pits. So that will be it for qualifying then. Front row lockout for Decorus. Harris leading the field. So we've got Harris in P1, Thomas P2. There's a second row lockout for JRT with Thunderbolt in P3, F1 driver in P4, then KMK P5, Chasta P6, Universe P7, Starfall in P8, Tadpole P9, Tawley with the retirement down in P10, White P11, and Slinger P12. This is going to be a tight battle. An extremely tight battle. Really, we are neck and neck going into this session. It is going to be a very, very close race, I think, going into this. Harris and Thomas on that front row, we've seen them in the past in friendlies with FRT do some very impressive stuff from the front there. Especially working together. If they can work together to get themselves a bit of a gap to the rest of the field, this could pay off very well for the team. It could pay off very, very well for the team. But let's see how this race is going to go. We'll be heading in any second. I believe formation lap's on. I'm not sure if it should have been. I didn't see anything in the Discord saying otherwise. Looking at the rules. If it wasn't meant to be, then you know. Right, hopefully we'll be getting underway in a second. There's Tolly finally getting himself back in. And we'll get away with get underway with the formation up in a second. There we are, starting to ready up now, with the strategies beginning to being sorted. And we'll get to see all these cars race side by side, hopefully, around this circuit. I think it is going to be a very, very close and competitive race, given how tight that qualifying was. Every driver was within 7/10 of the race leader. Well, the qualifying leader, I should say, the pole sitter. So it is going to be extremely close, I think, throughout these two races. These two teams seem very even. And there we are, heading off on the formation lap. We have that beautiful blue car, followed by another one, just on their way around Brazil right now. Getting those tyres up to a good temperature. Let's see what they're going to be capable of doing. And you have the two JRT lads there just following behind. A commentary highlight. Is it a blue car followed by another one? That's a blue car followed by another blue car. Because we love blue cars here, you know. They are the best looking cars on this grid. As they all begin to take to their positions. We have Skinner just on his way back round now. The computer should have taken over. Skinner will take to his place now. Tawley will have to take control of his car as the race starts, because unfortunately he can't take control of the car during formation lap. And it's lights out and away we go. Let's see if there's any kind of instance through the first turn. It looks like there hasn't been. Oh, the two GRT guys have hit each other, and that is Thunderbolt out of the race already, coming through the Singer S's. And he's giving significant wing damage to F1 drivers, so it's a Decorus 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. As one of the GRT team members spun. And that is F1 driver running wide, letting Universe through as well, also letting more of his teammates through. Here comes Skinner getting past and Tolly, but obviously the timing board's a little bit broken there, so that is F1 driver falling to the back. So we have a huge hit to the GRT team now. A huge hit. F1 driver obviously going to have to pit very early on in this session. And that has given a huge benefit to the Decorus team. Chasta kind of stuck in between the front four and Universe right now. Universe going to have to try and push, get himself ahead. And Skinner has been given a 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags. Apparently. Well, that's not okay. He is not blue flags. That is just because the lobby's glitched. Well, we're now seeing a bit of a DRS train form. Harris and Thomas managing to pull away a little bit. That is a big glitch. Why do they want a restart? Why do they want a restart? It's just a simple lobby glitch. We've had them before. Yeah, I'll just reset him back at the end of the session. It's nothing to worry about, it's just a lobby glitch. That's down to admins, not us, I would say. I would say that is something the admins need to decide. I don't know if that's something we can. And plus it would have to be me and Atomic, and Atomic hasn't said anything. I've got the Discord open. If Atomic says something, then we can talk about it. Otherwise, because nothing's been said to me other than like, if it's just the driver that's out saying restart, then you know, which it looks like that's all it is. Because Tolly is just out the back. Well, they're all leaving. They've all left. I don't know what's happening because nothing has been said by an admin. So, you know, Yeah, no, it's glitched. It is glitched with Tolly. Like I say, it's just a simple globby glitch. As soon as the race ends, Tolly will be reset to his actual position. Or if not, it can be worked out anyway. For the time of the race. It's something that I don't think should be called by us. I feel like it's something that should be decided by an admin. It should be them taking the approach of whether they want to restart from this or not. I don't think it's something that should be in our hands. Because the issue is, do you restart from the original quali grid? Do you restart from where we were at the time of them wanting to restart, or what? This is the issue. Because, well, I mean, Tolly's now in P6. Like, it's not going to affect anyone now. He's managed to put himself at the back. He's managed to put himself back on the right lap. You know? I don't, like I say, I don't really know what's going to happen from this perspective. That's what I mean, Momo. Do we, if a restart was to occur, do we restart from the qualifying positions? Do we restart from the positions at the end of a certain lap? Like, the lap before going to start getting pins, or what? That's the issue. Hello, Sean. Like I say, I think it's something that should be called by an admin. No, exactly. If there's nothing said by an admin, I don't think anything should be done. It's... And, you know... They all just left. We've kept racing. And, you know, if the admins aren't saying anything, then, you know, nothing can be done, really. That sounds like the plan, Harvey. It is such a nice car. Harvey did a brilliant job designing this car. It is genuinely lovely to look at on track. Is that what happened, Colonel? Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see what's said. I'm not sure what Atomic's talking about. I'm genuinely not sure what he's on about there. We'll go to tyres. I'm not even focusing on the race now, I'm just keeping an eye on Discord. Seeing what's happening with it. Killian, Lee, don't do things like that with the GIF. All their AI is going through pits now, by the looks of things, because it just stirs things that don't need to be stirred. Why has Harris just done that? Why has Harris just done that? Not for this one, Tom. At least, going off the rules, it says in the rules, safety car penalties aren't getting removed. So I assumed safety car was on. No, we've got 7 laps to go. It is turned off in BFE, I believe. So at least for the group stage. Oh, Harris. I mean, I don't know, like, nothing has been said by an admin. For us, this race is still the proper race, and I don't know what people are doing. Yeah, I'm our job. I don't even know what's happening. Well, I made this lobby, Momo. I hosted this lobby. But it's just, you know... like, it was just a case of... that timing glitch that happens all the time when someone joins at the start of the race again. What happened with Tolly, it just didn't fix itself in time, so Skinner started getting time pens for it. And now there's a safety car. And they all just left out of nowhere and called for a restart. And I'm still not really too sure as to why. Well, I don't know, Momo. The issue with this is the fact that there isn't an admin around. They should really make sure there's at least one admin available when a race is happening for situations like this. Which is an issue because it's... To us, obviously this is still the actual race. To them, they want a restart and they're pushing for one. So it's just a case of what the hell is actually going to happen. This is the whole issue. And there's a safety car restart happening with 4 laps to go. They're going to have to be able to pull a gap. Oh, bloody hell, Harris as well. KMK's managed to get himself back in as well. Oh, bit of contact there between a couple people. For God's sake, Harris. It is just a case of, I think, like... Jesus, Thompson managed to pull the gap off that safety car restart, hasn't he? Jesus Christ. Like... I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I think what Harvey said before about just saying we finish this Brazil and then we head into USA, and then if admin decide to, we can redo Brazil. That wouldn't be an issue to redo it. I'm gonna tell her topic now. Right, there we go. I've said what our stance is. I've said we're going to finish this race as though this is the genuine race, because from our point of view it still is. We should then move on to USA, get that race done and dusted, and then if the admin decide we need to redo it, we can happily redo it. I said, word for word, from our point of view this is still the actual race, we're going to finish it as it is. I would suggest we then move on to USA and let the admins decide if Brazil needs a rerun at a later date. If that's what they decide, then, you know, we'd be absolutely fine with it. because Skinner hasn't even... Has Skinner pitted? He has, but he's still got 13 seconds of pins. Yeah. Well, we'll see what these finishing positions are going to be like, because I think, to be honest, Skinner might lose a position. I think Skinner might genuinely manage to lose a position on these time pens. But that should be it. It should be a 1, 2, 3, 5, I think, for us. Oh. Never mind. Skinner's going to be fine now. Oh. Well, I mean, what am I going to do, Tom? I'll try my best. Thomas wins. Here we have Kim Kane Tawley coming to cross the line. There we are. Oh, and Skinner's picked up another penalty right at the end there. And there we are. Right then. That I mean, I don't even know what's going to happen from this. You know. Yeah, I saw it, Creamy. I saw it. Nothing, Harvey. You know. Well, there's the standings from the first race. Thomas got fastest lap as well. We'll head back in the lobby. I don't even know like what's happening. The issue is as well, if we restart now, we won't be going until nearly 11 o'clock. This is the issue. Well, yeah, if we restart now, Derby, there's 2 races, an hour each, roughly. Unless we restart from qualifying, which will take us to about 10:30. So, you know. It's just a case of I don't really know what's happening. Like, I genuinely don't really know what's happening. So, yeah. I'm just, like, um, um, I've just, Harvey Atomic's talking to me now. He's just, it's not a DM, it's just in the team leaders chat. We're just talking through it now. I just sent an idea of just doing USA now, and then if admins genuinely have said a restart, because, you know, that's just a DM, can't really tell. If they genuinely want a restart, we can just restart the race after USA, which I think would be one of the easiest options. Yeah, I think he's just agreed to that anyway. So let me invite him again. I love the way he replies. He just goes, copy. If an admin calls for it, well, I'll happily do it. We'll happily do it. It's not a case of us saying, no, we don't want to do it. It's just a case of, we don't know what to do. If admins want a restart, we'll do a restart. Not an issue. Right, I'm just going to quickly pour myself out a drink while we're in the middle of doing nothing, because my throat's starting to dry out a little bit. So bear with me 2 seconds. Alright, here they are. They're starting to get back into the lobby. Just got to bear with, I guess. I won't look at it right now, Derpy. I'll look at it after the stream. It is generally just a case now of whether it might be too late for a restart. Hopefully, it's only half an hour, so hopefully we could be able to fit it in at an alright time, but you know, things happen. We'll have to wait and see if an admin makes a genuine call and not in a DM. Alright, let's see if my camera will work, and we'll head back to, yeah, camera's lagging already, I can tell. Fantastic. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna go back to the in-game view because it's pointless showing you a laggy camera. They're back in, so if you want to just go, I think we're good to go. Just ready up and we'll head straight in. Looks like all of them are back in. It is entertaining, isn't it? This is why this is why we love esports races. It's fantastic. Let's just hope things go well. There you are, we're ready up now, we're going in. Good to go. And let's go to the circuit of the Americas. You know, it is Momo. It's between this and FIFA for me. FIFA is also not a particularly good game for esports. Well, the jumper I'm wearing right now, it's a hoodie that says shovel on it. It's a Will&E one from 3 years ago, I think. Well, Circuit of the Americas, here we come. Let's see how quality's going to go here. And hopefully, you know, we won't have any of these issues again in the race. We gotta hope. Because I can't be bothered for it. It will just produce even more carnage in the Discord that none of us are prepared for. But yes, let's just hope things go well this time. And here we are. There's a couple of cars on the way out now. Actually, quite a few. Looks like we've got about 5 or 6 cars on the way out. And there's Thomas on his way out, just going straight into another car. Good start. Skinner's not going to be on his way out. Looks like Harris, first one out on track this time. We'll stick with him again, see what he's going to be able to do as he go for his first hot lap. Hopefully he can pull another pole position out the bag. He's invalidated his outlap, but luckily it's only an outlap. So we have Harris on his way around. To be fair, we've got everyone out on track right now, apart from Lewis Skinner yet again. I wonder if he's going to head out on mediums again, or if he'll just go with softs straight off this time. He was a little bit off the pace last time round. Harris is going to have a car very, very close to his rear by looks of things. A lot of blue cars following blue cars. There is a lot of blue cars following blue cars. There's also a lot of blue cars following purple / black cars. / different shades of purple cars. There you go, which is fun. But at least we've all got our beautiful blue cars. And there goes Harris on his run down to T1. Will he hit the apex very nicely? He does. Straight round now towards the S section of the circuit. Definitely where we'll see some penalties picked up in the race. It would not surprise me at all. We'll head round now up towards the DRS detection point there, and then now takes a very sharp hairpin like turn onto this long straight, which you can use DRS almost the whole way down, and definitely where we'll see some good battles in the race, as long as the race goes ahead smoothly, that is. You know, as the last one went very, very smooth for us. There he goes, now on his way past this corner where people lose traction, which seems to be about all that corner's known for, through this long sweeping right hand turn, which is flat out all the way around into a heavy braking zone to the left now, and then an even heavier one back on to the start finish straight. And there he goes, he's going across the line with a 29.2 as his first time. You then have Star falling by looks of things, but across the line he sets a 29.7, 5/10 slower there. We have a couple of our drivers heading back into the pits. Let's see what Universe is going to be able to do. Universe is backing off on that lap. Torley must have invalidated. Is KMK still on his way around? KMK is taking the final turn now, and he sets a 31.7. F1 driver sets a 29.5. Right. Universe a 43.9. Tadpole with a 30.4. So we have some times a little bit all over the place. A lot of drivers heading back into the pits. Well, trash. We don't know. Because a lot happened in the last race. Exhibit A. Torley had a parental thing on his Xbox and therefore it got shut off, I believe. He got kicked out of the session. When he rejoined, it did that classic glitch of the person who rejoins at the start of the race is a lap ahead. He was a lap ahead. Then it started giving Lewis Skinner blue flag.
Could you try again?
It started to give Lewis Skinner blue flag penalties because of that. Siri can just shut up. He picked up 15 seconds of blue flag penalties, and then Matty Torley decided to slow down to let Skinner pass so the penalties would discontinue. But by the time Torley started to do that, GRT decided to abandon the race. It all left the session, and we are now at a point where we don't really know what's happening with our Brazil race. We don't know whether it's going to be restarted or whether that one counts or, you know, what's going to happen. Because it is a case of, from our point of view, the issue is affecting us, not them. Nothing should be done. From their point of view, two of their drivers hit into each other, wiped themselves out, and they wanted a restart. You know, the admins haven't said anything to me or Atomic, so from our point of view, the two managers of the two teams, nothing has been said about what's to happen. You know? It's kind of just a big situation right now. Probably. We were... well, before they all left, we were a 1, 2, 3, 4, so... you know, it was looking very, very good for us. It's a weird situation. Well, we'll see how things go. Thomas is on his way around now, just getting onto the straight. Well, Harris is currently sat on pole at least with a 29.2, 3/10 clear of F1 driver and 5/10 clear. The star fallen. Now you've got Universe in P4 right now, Tab Paul in P5 and Kim K in P6. The only 6 drivers who have set times so far. The rest of the grid still yet to set times. Thomas on his way around now. I believe the car ahead is Torley. I'm not 100% sure on that one though. It wasn't. I'm not sure who that was. Oh, it might be Harris starting a hot lap. Thomas moves up to P3 with a 29.6. Then we have a couple of their drivers going through. Thunder with an invalid lap. White goes with a 30.4. Then we have Chester on his way around, who's also on an invalid lap. So we'll head back round to Harris, who is 2/10 up right now. Could be breaking in to those 28s if you can keep it up throughout this lap, which would be an incredibly impressive time. And he heads down the straight as fast as ever. We get a nice view of the Ferris wheel in the background. Harris pushing those limits as far as he can so he can get the best turn in possible. Following his way around into sector 3 now. Continues on now up towards that sweeping right hand turn, which is a lovely turn to do in these cars as long as you've got a full front wing, which clearly Harris does. Keeps it valid through there. Needs to keep it valid through this final turn as well, which I'd imagine he will. Just about. And he does break in those 28 to the 28.9. very, very impressive time from Decorus Harris there. We've got a lovely shot from the back of Tawley's car, showing how nice and shiny that blue is. He's getting a little bit of a tour down that straight. Very good teamwork there from the Decorus lads. Tawley keeps it valid at the end of the straight, and he sets a 1 minute 0 coming through and starting sector 3. Yellow flags in front of them. Tawley now on his way around into the final turn, and there's one of the JRT cars have spun. It is quite a common place to spin there. We have seen that before in Aces. Whereas Tawley going to put himself, he puts himself at P3. 29.6 beating Thomas's time. Now that is impressive. We have Universe, who has just started a hot lap now as well. He's going to be heading round. We'll stick with him and see what Universe is going to be able to do. He's a little bit faster through sector 1. And could really do with finding about a 10th and a half, really. Would be enough to put him in that top 3. If he could do it. Or that top 4 at least. Who spun? I believe it was Chester. It was either Chester or Star Fallen, because it was a full purple car. I'm not sure which one. And there's yellow flags there through sector 1. I'm not sure who that's for. But we'll stick with Universe anyway, because that yellow flag has been cleared extremely quickly. Universe now just taking these final 2 turns. Back onto the start finish straight. It's not looking too bad. He's going across the line. What will it be? A 29.2. Put him on a P2, bringing that to a front row lockout for Decorus, with the 4th and 5th as well. Looking strong with 5 minutes left to go of this session. Let's go and see what Mr. Lewis Skinner is going to be able to do. He's invalidated his lap. He's managed to invalidate that lap. Chester on his way around. See what the GRT driver can do. I believe he's the only one in the actual livery for the team. Hello. You know, there's been 2 GRT liveries submitted. So okay, I'm not really sure what the correct livery is for them, to be honest. Chester has managed to put himself up in a P4 there though, with quite an impressive lap with a 29.5. We have Mr. KMK Smith back out on track. Let me just get round to him. He came out at the start and hasn't been out for a little while, so we'll go and see how much he's going to be able to improve on this lap. Skinner will also need to get himself back out on track, but so does Thunderbolt, because neither of them have managed to set a time yet. They've both been struggling quite a bit. There goes Kim K, starting his hot lap now. Oh yeah, it is great trash. You don't understand it. It's amazing. And there goes KMK. He finishes sector 1 with 24.2. He's found an extra 10th there. He needs to find some extra time for out. The Decorus livery is lovely. And there he heads around onto the DRS straight now. He'll get his foot down. No tow for him though, as we have seen previously from a couple of the Decorus drivers. He comes through sector 3 now. We'll have to see how much he's going to be able to improve. We also have Torley on a hot lap right now, and Star Fallen as well. Profile pictures is PFPS. KMK puts himself at P4 with a 29.4. Good improvement. Good improvement from KMK. That is exactly what he needed to do. Oh, we've got a bit of a gearbox glitch there for Torley, which is not ideal. We'll stick with Starfall and everything out. Torley did also invalidate that lap, so it would not shock me to see him go straight for another one. Starfallen's going to come around now. And he's moved up to P4. Just beating KMK's time. But still a front row lockout for Decorus at the moment. We have Tadpole on a hot lap. We also have a few other drivers on out laps. Tadpole has invalidated that lap. Skinner back out on track. He's yet to set a time, so he needs to keep this one valid and make sure he gets it done, hopefully with a decent time. I'm thinking too fast for the words. That's what's happening right now. We have Harris and Universe both back out on laps right now. Tadpole is probably going for another one. Yellow flags there just at the start of the straight, and there goes Skinner starting his hot lap now. And KMK has decided to retire in the pits. P5 is the best he's going to be able to get. Thunderbolt also on a hot lap now. You have Thomas on his way out, White on his way out, and Chester on his way out, and Skinner has invalidated very early on in this lap, so I do not think he's going to manage to set a time. Harris has also invalidated his lap. Let's see what Universe is going to be able to do. Can he keep it valid through these final few turns? Possibly improve and just secure that front row for Decorus. 29.1. He does improve by 1/10.5, extending that gap to F1 driver. Star Fallen has retired in the pits as well. Here comes Thomas on his way around now. I'm not sure if Skinner's going to have time to get around and do another lap. Skinner needed to just set a lap, exactly. Thunder doesn't have a lap, but Thunder's on hot lap now. I'm not sure if it's a valid one. It is. And Skinner has went straight into the pits. Obviously didn't have enough time to finish that lap. So Torley has crossed the line. Best he's going to get is P7 it was, now P8. Thunderbolt has managed to move up to P6 on that lap. He's finally managed to set. Thomas needs to improve quite a bit on this lap. Really. And he does. He makes that 1, 2, 3 for Decorus on the final lap. But further down the field, it's quite a mixed bag of positions as to where people are. So it could be yet another close race. We do have F1 driver yet to set a time, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to improve enough to break into that top 3. I mean, the time's not looking too bad. He was a little bit quicker through that second 2, apparently. I don't think he got it there. Yeah, he got 4th. So a 1, 2, 3 for Decorus, with Harris leading the way. Into the race we go, with our grid being Harris and Universe on the front row. Harris taking pole for the second time in a row. Thomas starting P3 with F1 driver alongside him. Starfall in P5, KMK P6, Thunderbolt P7, Chester P8, Torley P9, Tadpole P10, White P11 and Skinner P12. It's going to be an interesting one, I think, as long as we don't have another glitch, which, you know, it's Codemasters, anything's possible. But Skinner not managing to set a time, struggle to get round on the track and keep a valid lap. But we're heading to the race now anyway. We'll see how things go. Oh, it's looking a little bit overcast. Let's go and see. In this case, Creamy, it's blue car followed by a blue car followed by a blue car off the start. It's going to look lovely. Well, we'll give them some time now to sort out their strategies for the race, what time they want to pit, what tyres they're going to pit on, and all these important details that are vital for every team. We'll see how this race is going to go as we head in as we head into the race. It's you're welcome, Creamy. I'm glad I could help you out a bit. It is race time, and it is the American GP at the Circuit of the Americas. Soon to be one of 2 GPs in America, since Miami is going to be coming to the F1 calendar next year, which I don't know how I feel about that track, to be honest. But there we are. We have a few drivers beginning to ready up now, so we'll be heading in and starting the race in about 10 seconds, or at least the formation lap in a few seconds. And this race is obviously sponsored by DHL, which can ship your foot cards from footcard.co.uk. Use code ACs all off 10%. And there they are, blue, blue and blue in the front 3. Let's just look at the glory as they head round to the S section of the circuit. Let's just get rid of that as well, and we'll just watch all the cars as they come round on the formation lap. Let's just go and quickly check what the 2 back markers, what tyre choice the 2 back markers went for. Lovely view. Mediums for both of them. It's not really a shock, I'll be honest. They are heading down the straight now, getting those tyres up to temperature as they need to. Thank you for helping as well, Colonel. For everyone watching in black and white, the Decorus are in the blue cars, so it should be nice and easy for you to tell. It is tall. It is blue 1, 2 and 3. Right there, as we love to see. We're just coming back round to reform at the grid. Did you not know, Creamy? I'm shocked. I thought I made that perfectly clear. We have Skinner just bringing up the rear right now. Lying up on the grid. And we'll be heading away to start the race at the Circuit of the Americas. Good luck to everyone. And let's get underway. And it's lights out and away we go. Couple of early moves there from Decorus as Torley tries to get a move on early on at T1. And KMK is battling F1 driver for P4. KMK managed to get himself up into P4 to 1, 2, 3, 4 for Decorus going into the S section. Torley holding on to P7 right now. The next driver down after those front four. Skinner managed to get 2 positions off the start as Tadpole and White seem to have had a little bit of an issue. Skinner up to P10. This is exactly the way Decorus want this to go. KMK just holding up the rear of that little train of blue cars now at the front. Torley going to have to be looking for his position as soon as he can. Obviously DRS not in play yet. There's going to be a little bit of time before that happens. Skinner has fallen back down to P12. On those mediums, Tadpole and White managing to get past him. Now this pack is very, very tight, but KMK managing to get himself a good launch off the start. Up to P4 is exactly what we needed. He's now going to have a job of holding up the rest of the pack as much as possible and let those front 3 run away with it, really. That is his job, kind of, now. Keep them just far enough back that they can't really push for an overtake. Let them front 3 run away in a DRS train. Just hope the strategy pays off. There he goes, taking P1. T1, sorry. Skinner managing to get himself back past Tadpole towards the rear. This midfield is extremely tight. No one really able to get past each other by the looks of things. Although we do have Chasta on his way to try and get past F1 driver who's just lagged out the session. Torley managing to get a move on F1 driver then and battling Chasta on his way onto the main straight. He's using a lot of battery to try and get himself back past Chasta. If Torley can get himself ahead of Chasta now and have a Decorus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would be amazing. And there he goes. Torley is up in the P5 and Thunderbolt has picked up a 3-second penalty. Skinner, the only driver from Decorus, not in the top 6 right now. It is brilliant what is happening right now. As we have White. Oh, what is happening back here? We have a 3-way battle by the looks of things as Skinner tries to get himself through both cars. And he does going into T1. Will he be able to hold it on the inside? He kind of cuts that corner a little bit, but Tadpole picks up a 3-second penalty on the exit. Skinner back up into P10. Let's head back up to Chasta now. He's only a little bit behind Torley. Torley now taking that role of holding the rest of the field back and letting the rest of the cars in front run away. He's doing it pretty well. Just needs to defend hard against Chasta, make sure he doesn't get past on the straight now DRS is in play. Because Torley will not be getting it himself. He's running quite low on battery though, that is a bit of an issue. And I think Chasta's going to go for a move here, but Torley may be able to defend it on the inside. He's going to have the inside line. Will he be able to get the breaking point right? He does, keeps himself ahead on the exit of the turn. Fantastic defensive move from Torley there to keep himself in P5. Fantastic work. Chasta using a bit of battery down the straight as well. Torley, I don't believe, did. So be able to keep the position without using much of his ERS is very impressive. Chasta picks up a 3-second penalty as well, so Torley can kind of relax a little bit now. He knows he's got a little bit of a buffer behind him. Even if Chasta does get past, he's got a 3-second gap he would need to make up. 10 laps to go as Tadpole heads into the pits. Can Thunderbolt do anything behind Star Fallen here? Although he's dropped off a tad bit there behind. And there's yellow flags. That is Decorus. Thomas spun. He's going to fall down behind Skinner to P10. Still 4 cars up front, but that does mean KMK is now out of the DRS train. That is unfortunate for Thomas. I believe he's just spun naturally. I don't believe he picked up any wing damage though. We'll have a look as the camera switches round. He's missing an end plate on the right hand side, but I don't think that will be enough damage to warrant a pit stop. He's just going to have to hope strategy can hold up and get himself back towards the front. That's the best thing he's going to be able to do. Chasta right behind Torley as they head back round, and there's going to be DRS on the start finish straight. Is Torley going to be able to defend now? Torley needs to try and keep himself on that inside line again, really, through here. Chasta tried to go for it, but Torley really pushed to keep hold of it, and he has done quite nicely. Chasta going for a bit of a switchback. He managed to get himself ahead before the SS, so Torley falls back into P5, but he'll be getting DRS himself now, allowing him to pick up some of that ARS as well. And Chasta has that 3-second penalty to worry about. Thomas heads into the pit, and so does Skinner. Torley, hopefully with DRS, should be able to start falling with a move, I believe, off track there on his teammate. Torley using battery again. He doesn't need to really. He could just use that DRS, sorry, just stick in range and just coast along. That's all he really needs to do. Thunderbolt managed to get himself back past Star Fallen, just behind this battle. Torley pushing around now. Harris has picked up a 3-second penalty, but it shouldn't affect him in the slightest, with a 3-second gap behind Torley to Thunderbolt. Chasta, the only car for GRT that's really competing in that top 4. KMK goes for a bit of an undercut. This is a strategy he's known for. Star falling pits as well. And we have seen KMK do some really good things with tyre strategies. Some really alternative strategies, but they pay off a lot of the time. It can be really good. A bit of a gearbox glitch now for Torley. That is not the sound we like to hear. Watch from Chasta's point of view as Torley will be chasing him down the straight with DRS helping him along. A couple thousand, I think, Tom, or a couple hundred at least. You can check online if you want to have a look. So Torley still holding behind down the straight. But he is closing in quite quickly there. Is Chasta locked up quite heavily? Torley almost running at the back of him. That sound is hideous. Harris takes the lead of the race again now as Universe heads into the pits. And so does Chasta and Torley. Oh, they're almost perfectly in sync going into the garages there. And they are very close on the way out. Chasta's opted for the hards. Oh. That is possibly a big hit for them. And possibly a huge bonus for Torley being behind on the softer compound now. That should quite easily do 7 laps. That could be a bit of an issue for GRT. Harris still yet to pit, and GRT still yet to pit, and F1 driver still yet to pit. Did not realise F1 driver is so far behind and still a pit stop down. Thomas in P12 currently though. Thunderbolt picks up 3 seconds. Is that his second 3-second pen? It is. He's on 6 seconds, so is Tadpole. So Torley needs to try and get himself back in that DRS range now. He is on the faster compound. They should turn on a little bit quicker. There he goes. He's already back in that 1 second range. He's got 7 laps to push for an overtake. He really needs to start pushing as soon as he can. Harris is in the pits now. Where will he come back out? Well, I think we should see him around 3rd. Around where Universe is. Possibly just before Universe. He's on his way back out now, so we'll get to see where he's going to come out. Torley holding well, he's closing in at a decent rate. Harris has managed to come out just behind Universe, but kept himself in front of Kim K. So net 1, 2, 3 still for Decorus, with Torley just a little bit further behind, chasing down Chasta. There's F1 driver heading into the pits, so that's giving Thomas a position. On this straight, we should hopefully see a move from Torley, because he's closing in at a decent rate, to be honest. Yeah, those tyres should be starting to get turned on now. He's on a soft compound, he's using up some of that battery, he's got the DRS advantage on Chasta. He's closing in at a very, very quick rate. He's going to have to try and go around the outside of the turn. Will he be able to pull it off? A little bit of contact as they go around. Gets himself alongside. The next one breaks later because he can on that soft compound and gets that move done. Shasta trying to keep himself alongside, but Torley is just too quick on that compound. Now he needs to try his best to pull a gap, so Chasta can't sit in his DRS range. Obviously Chasta does have that 3-second penalty as well, and GRT White is now on the pit. Someone was spun, causing yellow flag in sector 3. I'm not sure who that is. It was Tadpole. He seems to be very struggling for traction there as he tries to get going again. He must have overheated those rears a little bit. Let's just watch some beautiful blue cars head their way around. Is that GRT Tadpole again? It is. He's really, really struggling for traction. No wing damage, just those tyres clearly overheating. May even have to pit for a fresh set. As he loses it, he's into the gravel. He's managed to keep the car alive though. Hasn't picked up any wing damage, but he's now going to have a lot of gravel on those tyres. And they're hot. Will he go into the pits for a fresh set? He does. He's going to go and get a fresh set of tyres on. I think that is the smart choice. We now have Chasta trying to chase Torley again. He's a little bit further back than Torley was, so he's not going to be able to go for the same kind of move. He's also got a brake earlier into this next turn. This is where Torley should be able to take advantage, as he can outbrake Chasta a little bit. And you can see that gap is growing. Harris has picked up another 3-second time penalty. He shouldn't really be too concerned about that, actually. Because Torley's eating out of range for it. Torley really just wants to try and get out of Chasta's DRS range. And if he can do that, then he's kind of sitting pretty in P4. And there's only 4 laps left to go. Four laps left to go. He's managing to pull a bit more of a gap again, but he's still going to be within DRS range on this straight. It's through sector 2, heading into sector 3 is where we see the majority of that gap, I think. And Thomas has picked up 3 seconds. A lot of drivers on pins now, actually. He's a little bit too far back to go for a move again, but he has closed that gap right down. A little bit slow on the exit though. And that's where Torley can get the advantage. He's on the softer compound. You can find that grip just a little bit quicker, and also a place like this, you can outbrake him just after locking up. That's probably lost him some time. Torley struggling to get himself out of the DRS range. There's pens. Oh. It hasn't been complaining about the internet, but I think it might be about to. It should be running fine. Stream should be running fine. It hasn't thrown out any issues with me on Streamlabs. So unless it was a Twitch issue. Yeah, Streamlabs says it's still all good quality. So it's not on my end. Okay, so Chasta now 8/10 behind. Torley's managed to get a little bit more of a gap than he has previously coming around these few turns. He's a good exit now, try and get that gap to over a second. Maybe just within. Still, as he heads through a DRS zone, DRS detection point, he is just within a second. But he picks up another 3-second penalty. These penalties could come in and play a lot. Universe still just holding on to that DRS of Harris's. Them two have just been sat together for a large majority of this race. And Torley managing to start to pull that gap now that he's needed to with 2 laps to go. I don't believe Chasta will be getting DRS on this occasion. This is Torley's chance to really start to pull the gap that he needs to. I don't think Chasta's going to be able to pull himself in to enough of a position to do anything. KMK's managed to pick up another 3-second penalty.